Hey, are we on?
I think we are.
I think we're on. Hey, there we go. On. Yeah, there we are. That's right me. There. That is you. Welcome everybody to the Fifth Column Network. I am the Revolution. This is J-Co is it, editor FCN2, all things sports.
Beat reporter extraordinaire.
Yep, beat reporter. I don't know about extraordinary, but you are definitely a beat reporter. You cover on FCN Ocho, all the Frisbee tournaments.
Right.
And
Ultimate Frisbee is exciting.
Well, no, you just cover Frisbee. You don't cover Ultimate Frisbee. So retirees.
Are we talking about a movie that was like premiered tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's get to it then. So, ladies and gentlemen, we legitimately ran to the studio. We just finished watching Black Panther. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't really want to wait to talk about on the Sunday edition. I kind of just wanted to get on and say something.
Absolutely. We got to talk about this now.
I really want to talk about it. And I'm glad any of you out there that are watching said, hey, let's talk about it. So if any of you saw it and you have comments or questions, please, chime in with us. We're not going to give any spoilers. We're going to talk about the production and Marvel, Ryan Coogler, the vision, everything that went into this film and what we saw that had nothing, staying away from the story. So, first thing first, what was your initial impression as soon as the film began? What was your initial impression?
I was right off the bat, into it. They kicked it off very well. It was a strong opening. I was intrigued. So, it drew me in right away.
I'll say this. That opening, the cold open, there was a cold open before the actual Marvel title card rolls that kind of gives you an idea of what's going to happen in the film, like where certain themes stand. Was amazing to me. I was like, whoa, this is really good, right? I just thought it was very skillfully written. I just like the quick little world that they created for us of Wakanda versus everybody else. T-shirt.
Wakanda versus everybody.
Wakanda versus everybody else. So that was amazing. So moving forward, what were some of your other thoughts as you were watching the film? I
was lost in this film at many points of this film. I was completely engrossed.
Okay.
They talked a lot about visually how stunning it was before the movie came out,
sure.
and that is true. I mean, visually, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't think they gave us anything new, but it was amazing. It was awesome, and it was the storytelling that got me to plunge headfirst all the way into this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as far as the story goes, let me say this. So I'm watching this film, and 3/4 of the way in this film, I said to myself, there was one thing that I said to myself. I said, wow, this is what Thor did not get right in its first film.
Right.
It tried it, but it didn't get it right. And I said to myself, I said, wow, Marvel really got this right with Wakanda and Black Panther. They really nailed down this world, this kingdom, its infrastructure, its citizens. I legitimately felt
its
social structure. I really felt like when I first saw Thor, I was waiting for that, and I never got that. However, I'm watching Wakanda, and it's like you said, the social structure, the hierarchy, and I got that. I understood how this world works.
And it's so hard to do that without being heavy-handed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was not ham-fisted.
No.
It was not ham-fisted. And so I want to say this, too, really quickly, guys. I know there are a lot of people out there that have written reviews, and they just go, "Oh, it was so great! It was so amazing!" But they really are not talking about the film. So I really want to talk about the film here.
Yep.
So if anybody's watched and you guys want to talk about the film, let's talk about the film. Because there were a couple things that I didn't like, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that here in a moment. So story wise, I think we're both agreeing on that. It was a very I can't say solid story. The one thing that I did love was that Marvel, and just comic book movies in general, let's not just say Marvel, comic book movies in general have a problem with stakes. One film in particular that I hated its stakes was Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad stakes were absolutely stupid. Right? I was like, where are the stakes here? Right? And a lot of these films, I don't care who you are, Ant-Man, I don't care who you are, Doctor Strange, a lot of these other films, you don't feel the stakes, right? This film, however, did something very, very well. They kept the stakes very relative to the players on the screen.
Okay. And amazingly, they contained it to this world, yet still conveyed this world of Wakanda, yet still conveyed the worldwide stakes that were in play.
Yeah.
Decisions being made by these people, like you said, the actors on the screen.
Yeah. There were points where I was like, oh man, like the implications of the story. Like if that happens, this is not going to be good. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like what is going to happen? Like I was drawn in. I was completely drawn in there. So let me say one of my negatives about the production.
Yes, because I have one too.
One of my negatives.
Shalonda says she's gonna log off now.
Okay, we're not gonna say anything about it. But one thing that let's see here. You flimsy, bro. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. Somebody on Periscope said you flimsy, bro. All right. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell me more. I love to hear about how flimsy I am.
Yeah.
Why? The thing that I didn't like was, and it wasn't I didn't like it. I just thought it could have been better. 4 inches is fine. Oh, okay. Probably a troll.
All right. 4 inches is fine. So you only have 4 inches?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't think that's fine, bro. Good luck with that. All 4 inches.
The movie's rating. If you're asking for, I can't see. Mika Moons. What is the film's rating? I would say out of 5. I went on Internet Movie Database and I gave it a 9 out of 10. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Like if I could have given it like a 9.7, a 9.8, I would have given it that. So I would have given it probably a 9.7. So it's a solid A. It is an undeniable A. It's not moving into A minus. It's a solid A. Just two things, one really big one, but we'll get into that. So the one thing that I was talking about as far as directing wise, that I didn't care for Ryan Coogler's action scenes much.
Okay, so we have the same complaint then.
Okay, the fight choreography was not great.
It was not great, and they tried to make up for it.
Yes.
By doing a lot of camera switches. He had this this tactic he was using with the kind of circular round, camera, using that, and they used that in the fight scenes, and it was too much camera movement to the point that I could tell they were trying to cover up for bad choreography.
They were overcompensating for bad choreography. Yeah. I think the best choreographed fight scene was back in Wakanda. Dora Milaje and kind of that at the end of the fight. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like that was probably the best one. I don't want to give it away. Yeah. But that was a fight scene that was probably the best one. I felt like the one when they were out of Wakanda. I could say that.
Yeah.
That one could have been so much more.
Yeah, I didn't like it. That's where I became disengaged with the fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got very disengaged. And the other thing that I want to say is the CGI. There was a couple instances where they looked very rubbery. They looked a lot like The Matrix 2.
Right.
Remember the fight scene where there was all the all the Agent Smiths, in the park?
Yep.
And they looked real rubbery. And I was like, like Harry Potter. Remember the earlier Harry Potter movie?
Yep.
That the first two, they were really rubbery. It just didn't flow as well as it could and should have.
Right.
As far as the aesthetic of the CGI. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I noticed it. It stood out to me, and you don't want it to stand out to you like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my complaint. Those are kind of all rolled into the same area of the fighting. I mean, I could have used, because it disoriented me because of so much camera switching, and I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah. I wish they would have gotten maybe a Hong Kong fight team in there to choreograph. And, I don't know what he did. Maybe some stuff will come out. But next go around, I would really like him to refine his fight choreography.
Yeah, that'd be the next level. That'd be the next level Ryan Coogler.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's move on to actors' performances.
Yes.
Who stood out? Who was the breakout star character? Lupita was your breakout?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. No giggles from back there. This has nothing to do with her beauty.
Okay.
It's her booty, not your beauty. No, it didn't. Seriously, it was her characterization of Nakia, and she was the one that kind of brought you outside of the world and like, this isn't the only thing that we're dealing with here. Yeah. Right? It's not just Wakanda.
Okay.
So that would have been my one. I mean, I love Michael B. Jordan. I just enjoy what he does.
Yeah.
He commands attention when he's
absolutely,
on that screen.
Absolutely. He, he reminds me of an amalgamation of but they're really they're 1A and 1B, just different colors. Robert De Niro and Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like when they come on screen, you're like, oh shoot, what's getting ready to happen here? What is he getting ready to do? What is he gonna say? His body looked phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan's body looked absolutely phenomenal. That kid is in amazing shape.
I believe his nickname is Michael Bay Jordan.
Is it Michael Bay Jordan? Listen, for everyone out there, I will completely co-sign. He's finna be the heartthrob of the season. Like
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay Jordan, okay? Like, for real. Yeah. He is the new Michael Bay. Michael Bay should...
Right, Michael Bay doesn't get that name anymore.
Doesn't get that name anymore. Michael Bay Jordan. He's got to pick something else. He looked fantastic. His charisma was through the roof. The other person that I want to say, I'll get back to Michael B. Jordan, but Shuri. What's the young actress name that plays her? For me, she was my breakout star. The sister,
yep.
Her charisma was undeniable. She carried a lot of comedy. She carried a lot of emotion. I believed in Shuri.
Let me interject something on that I was thinking of when I was driving away from the movie theater.
Sure.
She was one of those people, like that characterization made you feel like they took someone from a real Wakanda. So you know how they did a lot of that in The Wire, where they took real people.
Yeah.
They took a real person and not an actor, and she was the right amount of quirky. She was, the right amount, like you said, of comedy. She was so believable as a little sister.
She was believable.
As well as, when she moved into that role of I'm the tech genius here.
Yeah.
And I this is all the stuff that I do. She Yeah, she killed it.
She
killed it.
She absolutely killed it. First and foremost, that cast was stellar. I think, another standout for me was M'Baku, right? M'Baka of the Jabari clan. What's his character's Man Ape?
Yeah, right.
He's Man Ape in the comic books. This guy, I bought it.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. When he laughed, and he's like, "No,
we're vegetarian."
Yeah, like he was another charismatic guy.
Yeah,
that I ate up.
This was the thing about this movie.
Yeah.
The comedy was almost, I'd say, 80 to 90% well placed.
Yes.
Like they had the right amount of comedic moments, and the timing was good.
Yes, I could go on. Let me say this. Let me surmise this for you. I feel that the entire cast was stellar.
Yeah, man.
Everyone.
That was a large ensemble.
What is Dana's? What was? What's that her name?
Yeah,
what is it?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know.
I'm talking about Michonne.
Michonne. I just like Michonne. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all can drag us later.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. She was fantastic.
Yep.
They gave a black woman the title of a general. And the greatest warrior Wakanda has ever seen.
Yeah.
And I believed it.
Yep.
She made it believable.
Yep.
I believed it.
Definitely.
It was absolute. She was thrilling. Everyone was so well placed in that cast that I didn't feel that, like, man, you could have done anything different. However,
yeah, speak on it.
I'm gonna speak on it.
Say it, and I will back you up.
Well, you know me. I appreciate it, but I don't need it.
Oh, you don't.
But I want to hear your thoughts on it. So I want to say this. Chadwick Boseman has zero charisma. And I want to say this. I'm not here trying to throw shade, but if you call yourself any type of movie reviewer and you do not talk about every aspect of this film, you're not worth your salt in journalism and the vlogger and the blogger community.
Yep. Yeah, zero.
It's zero. Absolutely zero. I'm going to be very honest here. He was hidden in this ensemble cast.
Yes, they covered well for him.
His deficiencies.
Because he didn't have to carry any scenes.
He didn't have to carry any scene. And I am so sorry, but Michael B. Jordan stole the show.
So did Ryan Coogler know this? Because they didn't put him in a situation where he had to, that was a directorial decision, right?
To do what?
To not put him in a situation where he had to carry a scene.
I don't know. He definitely was he and I can't remember the other guy wrote the screenplay.
Right.
So I don't know. And writing, listen, I think he wrote the scene in Oakland, all the Oakland stuff, so he probably got his name in the screenplay.
Right.
So it's like Beyonce getting writing credit. She says, no, use this word or that word, and she gets writing credit.
Right.
And she literally only changed a couple words.
Yeah.
So, but to kind of speak on to what you're saying, I don't know. I think they knew they had an ensemble and that they were trying to world build. I think they were like, no, let's build this world. So they might have sacrificed him carrying to really build this world here. But nevertheless, I felt we were trying to do that with Iron Man, and Robert Downey Jr. stole that film.
Yeah.
It was like clearly like, this is your Iron Man.
Yes.
And I am sorry. Anybody seen Chronicles? Yeah. Like, I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan. I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan. Like, he was Michael B. Jordan has been dope to me since The Wire.
Since Wallace. I mean, come on now.
He's been dope since he was a kid.
I was thinking about it. This character is if Wallace had not died.
Yes.
And had grown up.
Yes.
And went to the military. That's That's who this was.
When they started talking about the process of Black Panther, I was screaming, Michael B. Jordan, Michael B. Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. And he was my guy for it. But, he took the role of Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four, which was a horrible move. But you knew Black Panther was on the horizon. I get it. You thought you were going to do something new and fresh and have this franchise. I get it, Michael. But I wish that it would have played out differently and he would have been cast.
But did that stop him from getting that role? Because Chris Pine, his name, he played same role, same franchise, and then got moved to Captain America.
Yeah, that was for two different studios. I hear what you're saying, but he literally, I think they might have been, what? I hear you. Mm-hmm. I hear you. Yeah, I really do.
They could have.
Maybe something could have happened. I get what you're saying.
Why wasn't Elba in this film? Is it because of Gunslinger?
I do not know. That's another one. Yeah. He blew that.
He did.
Idris blew that. He should have been all up and through Black Panther. Yeah. He's another one. Oh, but he couldn't be because he's whatchamacallit in Thor.
Oh, that's what it
is.
Yeah. I knew there was something.
And I've been saying it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because he probably could have been cast as the Black Panther.
The Watcher, is it?
Whatever his name is. The
Watcher, Harry.
The only Negro in Asgard. But I can't get over how big of a dud Chadwick is. Oh, that man, 5'2", yeah. Where's Justin King? Who's Justin King? I don't know.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. What? Yeah. Are we still talking about Chadwick?
Yeah.
All right. So here's my take on this.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have screen presence, right? So he gets on the screen, and he delivers a line, and let me tell you something. He's a good actor.
Because it was very enjoyable.
Yes.
Overall, like I said, it was a 9.7, 9.8. Overall, it was amazing.
He's a good actor. Like, there were scenes when he was forced to act.
Yeah.
Like, where it was emotional or kind of intense, that I got some stuff out of him. Mm-hmm. But when it was just him there, or he's just delivering normal lines, or just, kind of developing his character.
Yeah, I think everyone that he was on the screen with outshined him.
Yes.
I think Shuri outshined him.
Yes.
I think Lupita outshined him. Killmonger destroyed him. He
and the general, she
listen. Everyone did. Yes, he did. It was actually a very enjoyable cameo. I'm telling you, destroyed, bro. Mm-hmm. He just listen. I get way up here. Is that right? Listen, man. You will watch this film. If you have, let me know. But if you haven't, when you watch it, you can be like, damn, he did destroy.
Yeah.
There's only 2 films, and I'm gonna say this. So you did see it, okay? So you disagree? Let me know your thoughts. There's only 2 films you feel this way that Black Panther did. The Dark Knight Returns and Black Panther. Oh, okay. That's what's up, bro. He said I said his name right.
Oh, okay.
That I watched these films. I watched the Black Panther. I watched Black Panther and I watched The Dark Knight, and I literally forgot that I was watching comic book movies.
Yes.
I forgot. And let me go a step further. I forgot I was watching a Marvel
movie, which, because when does that happen? Because they're
very
signature movies.
They're very, and you could just... It just smells. It just smells like Marvel.
Marvel-y.
It smells Marvel-y up in here. But let me say this though: their formula for the mirror hero villain formula that they keep doing. Let me say this: this worked in its favor. There are going to be people that probably talk about that, but this for the first time had purpose. I don't think this hasn't had as much purpose probably since Iron Man. Since Ironmonger, like he was like, yo, I need this machine up and running, and circumstances put him into the machine. and he felt like God in the machine.
Right.
This kid comes in here, and I don't want to give anything away, but you go, no, this all makes sense. Yeah. Overall, I think it was fantastic. I am nervous for Chadwick Boseman moving forward.
Yeah.
How do you have him as an Avenger? He did not move me in Civil War at all, and it's just continuing. Right. There were points with the accent of his I couldn't understand.
Yeah,
what he was
there
saying.
was a couple parts of the movie.
I was like, wait, what is he saying? I couldn't understand.
I can understand Andy Serkis better, and his his Johannesburg accent was off the chain.
Andy was brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
Andy was brilliant. I wanted more Claw. Mm-hmm. Again, I wanted more Claw. Like, I loved his villain. Yes. I think I will say this. They had some of the best villains.
Yeah.
Like, everything, like, it just moved well. The pacing was, I was not bored at all. And I'm going to tell you something. There are very few times where I leave the film, especially a comic book movie, where I'm wanting more.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, can I get another one? Like, I
could have watched that movie for another about 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like there was one, story-wise, there was one thing, I'm not going to mention it, but there's one thing that they missed in this, and it relates to some of the final scenes and kind of their overall theme that they were trying to push.
Okay. I'd love to continue that. So Sunday, we're definitely going to come back and we're going to talk more in depth in a panel discussion on our flagship show. The news is our flagship show, but this is our highest rated show. The Sunday edition on the Fifth Column Network, 4 p.m. This Sunday. We're going to have a panel discussion. We're going to sit around, and everyone that's seen the film, we're going to talk. We're going to turn that movie inside and out, and in between and inner space and outer space.
Give you guys time to watch it.
Yeah, give you guys time to watch it, but it's gonna be spoiler free and sucker free. It's ain't no suckers gonna be up in here.
It's spoiler free?
No, it's gonna be all spoilers.
Yeah.
It's
Sunday, so
you
had your chance.
You had about 4 p.m. and you ain't seen it. Hey man, I feel
we'll give you a spoiler alert.
Yeah,
but then you gotta either watch or wait.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, overall, because I don't want to, because anything else that we say, we're treading into.
Yeah.
So overall, what do you get a film out of 10? What do you give?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it a 9.5 for sure.
9.5. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. Okay. I mean, it was that far off from a perfect film.
Yeah. It was a great film.
And just to kind of reiterate a point that we make, it was a film.
It was a film.
And then they had a comic book setting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a comic book movie.
Listen, there was parts James Bond.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There were shades of Star Wars.
Yep.
There were shades of, it was
Mission Impossible?
Absolutely. But that's why I said James Bond.
Right,
because there was two elements
yes.
from Bond. The action adventure plus the tech.
Right, that's true.
Yep. It was breathtaking. And you know what? I want to say this. I believe that these black people had all of this.
Yes. Yeah.
It was believable.
I believe that these black people I did not believe for 1 second that these black people... and let me say this about the film. Let me say this. Mm-hmm. Something needs to be said. I hope we can really get into this on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Something needs to be said that, this meteorite was there. Mm-hmm. Right? For thousands of years. Mm-hmm. But these people had the wherewithal to tap into the technology aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That those people were still smart regardless.
Yep, exactly. And I had that thought during the thing, like, man, they figured this out.
And
had the foresight to not overmine.
Yes.
Yes, they were still continuing to mine it. Yes.
Yes. It's a great film, man. So let me see. If I were to say, so here's the big question. 17 films in, is this the best of the Marvel lot that you've seen?
Yeah, I'd say yes. I could put a couple as 1B or C.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will be at the top.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And Iron Man. Iron Man,
exactly.
to me,
those are what I was thinking of.
Iron Man has always been my number one because it started it all. Mm-hmm. It did it the best. Mm-hmm. Winter Soldier was 2 for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. It was a political thriller.
Yeah.
Like, let's really talk about that. It was a political thriller.
Yep.
The implications that they were making were socio-political, socio-economical. It was an amazing film.
Yeah.
And so that aspect that Winter Soldier had, this one up the ante with the stakes. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's not begrudgingly that I make it number one, but I don't want people to believe that I am making it number one because I am black, I am of African descent, no, I'm not. Like, trust and believe, if you all are new to watching this program and watching
this
me
guy
as a on-screen personality, as a commentator, as a movie reviewer, you all know it's hard for me to say I love something, and I'm gonna tear it up. I'm going to, and the things that I didn't like about this, I've said them. I'm not biting my tongue here. However, this film, as its own on its own merit, where it is probably the best film in the MCU.
Yeah.
And it had more characters than Civil War did.
Yes.
And
it had like just. But nothing was overdone.
Nothing was overdone.
That's why I was so amazed at this movie. Like they had all this stuff and they didn't overdo it.
It was great. It was great. So I say the Black Panther is probably number one. Mm-hmm. I would like to see it again.
Yes, which we will.
Yes, I would like to see it again and watch it. Mm-hmm. And not that we missed one beat, but I really want to just to cement it to be like, yes, it's far and away. Stay for the post-credit scenes. There are 2.
Yes.
There are 2 post-credit scenes.
You got to see the very end.
It's like, this is crazy. I got to see this. This feels like Get Out. How people are talking about. Yes.
Yep. Indeed.
Yes. Bro, listen. You are exactly right. The word of mouth that Get Out had. Let me say this though. Mm-hmm. Get Out was very fresh, right? Like we had never seen anything like Get Out. Right? Same thing with the Black Panther. It is very fresh. It is. You are not gonna feel like you are watching a comic book movie. Yep. I legitimately felt like I was watching Black James Bond at points, a lot of points. Right. I really felt like I was watching a Nollywood take on James Bond.
But it wasn't derivative.
No, it wasn't derivative. I really felt like I was watching a high budget. There you go. We're seeing it on IMAX Sue Karen. Hey, how you doing, ma'am? On Facebook. I felt like it was a massive budget Nollywood film. And they came for it, and they conquered.
They did.
Ruth Carter and her production design for clothes, her costume, it was amazing. She was like everyone, all the different tribes had different looks, and I want more Wakanda. This is something that I would love to see in a series. Like this deserves spinoffs.
Yeah.
Like this deserves. Listen, they could do so much of this. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, they really need to be shopping the world of Wakanda for television.
Yes, they do. Please, thank you.
I really agree. Like,
Netflix,
something. Like, give us the world of Wakanda. It's a lot to play around with here. It's a lot. So, I'm going to say, because of those 2 things didn't destroy, it didn't even come close. That That's fascinating. You are. That's fascinating. You are smooches. Oh, okay. Smooches to you. Smooches. Buenos smooches. Yes, the costumes were amazing. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes. Amazing. They were amazing. Everything was. I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough. So thank you all for staying up. Thank you all for joining. How long is the movie? Oh,
2.5.
Is it about 2.5? Yeah, it was
2.5 hours.
Oh, it was. Listen, and it flew.
Yeah. I was surprised when it ended. I was like, "Oh, it was that long?"
It was. I was like, that was. It flew, and I was like, I could go for another half hour.
Yep.
I wasn't ready for it to end.
Nope.
It kept giving and giving and giving. It was great, so any negative review out there is probably trash. Yeah. It's probably trash. I wanted it. Let me say this before we go. I kind of didn't want it to be as good as it was because I wanted to be the voice that said, "Okay, guys, calm down." It wasn't that. Right. I wanted to give it proper perspective and be like, "Okay, guys, you guys are just riding us nuts because it's the comic book Barack Obama thing, and you guys just are happy we got one of us in office, and you're like, oh, we got one of us on screen." Right. It is not that.
Right.
It is not that. Yeah. This is legitimately a great film. It is easily one of the greatest comic book movies ever put out.
Right there. Bam.
It's Marvel's best film, and it's easily one of the greatest comic book movies to ever come out.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna battle it up against The Incredibles because The Incredibles,
absolutely,
The Incredibles to me is the absolute best. Like The Incredibles is everything that a comic book film should be.
Yeah.
Like to me, The Incredibles is still number one. Incredibles.
Okay.
Until that, what my number one was?
What?
The Crow.
Oh yes.
The Crow birthed all the dark stuff. The Crow was everything to me. But then City. The Dark Knight came out, and I was like, whoa. Yeah. But The Dark Knight only became 2. Incredibles was 1.
Okay.
So it was Incredibles, Dark Knight, Crow.
Yeah.
For me.
Right.
And then I believe it was Iron Man. Mm-hmm. Was 4. Mm-hmm. Iron Man was 4.
Okay.
So that was my top 4 comic book films of all time. So again, I am the Revolution. You are, sir?
J. Cole. J. Cole is it?
Yeah. Let me see. No arguments John. This way. Hands down, best movie this year. Yeah. John Rodriguez on Facebook said on our Facebook Live, said hands down, best movie this year. No arguments this way. That's John Rodriguez. There's no argument here.
Nope.
There's no arguments.
Can't wait to see it again.
I can't wait to see it. So, hey guys, make sure you like, subscribe. If you like what we were talking about, you enjoy this broadcast, add us to it. Add us, give us hearts. Go to thefifthcolumnnetwork.com. Mm-hmm. Sign up there and watch all of our productions. Follow us on YouTube and like and share on subscribe. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and we're on Facebook Live right now. So if you want to go over to Facebook and see other stuff that we have plenty. Instagram FCN_Prime, just like our Twitter account, and then you can follow all 5 of our accounts throughout social media. Yep. I'm the Revolution. This is Jay Coazit of FCN2. He's the editor-in-chief of All Things Sports. I am the Revolution of FCN5 Pop Culture, and you have been watching 2 guys have a spoiler-free review of the Black Panther.
We did it. I don't know. I didn't think we could do it, and we did it.
I think we did it. I think we did a pretty decent job. I think it was a solid job.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Solid. Yeah. Thank you guys. Get some sleep. And let's come back Sunday, the Sunday edition at 4 p.m.
And we're watch the movie, then come back.
Yeah, and then come back, and we're gonna go into it. So all of our loyal watchers, make sure that you guys know. Set your alerts, and we're gonna tear into it. Come Sunday, we're gonna have the women's opinion. We're gonna have our opinion. You're gonna have. I think we have 2 more slots.
Yes, 2 more.
We have 2 slots. So if anyone out there that knows about our program and knows how to find us, and make sure you come back. Wakanda will be real. If not, for the White Devil. Hey, I kind of agree. Let's go Black Panther. Hey, I feel you. Periscope showed out tonight.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody watching us on Periscope and Facebook. Thank you all so much. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, right? So kick that intro, and then see y'all later. Peace.